How you doing? Welcome to my channel, The Moncho One. This is Moncho, your host, and today I have the pleasure and the honor to be talking to a young man, a Air Force Academy cadet. He's visiting us today, and we want to talk about his life and how he has lived through his military career. It's gonna get really interesting. He's a young man that inspired me, and so we invited to the show. Today we want to welcome Kailyn. Thank you for being with us.
Man, thank you.
So tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit of your upbringing in Texas, where you're from, your age, your story.
All right, no problem. Like you said, I'm Kailyn Cabrera from Port Arthur, Texas. I'm 23 years old. I started out in Port Arthur, went through elementary and middle school there, and then I switched to Groves and graduated from PNG High School. So I kind of know a lot
PNG?
Go Indians, right? Anyway, so I kind of know a lot of the different cultures and different lifestyles here in Southeast Texas. But my dad is from Oaxaca, Mexico. My mother's born here, but she is Mexican and Honduran.
Nice.
And so
we have a
mixture of cultures, mixture of lifestyles, but it's been great. And let's see. So like I said, started in Port Arthur, moved to PNG, and graduated in 2011. And that's when I made a decision that inspired you to make this video, I guess.
Yeah. What inspired you to enlist?
Yeah, so like you said, I'm a cadet now at the Air Force Academy, but I started out enlisted out of high school. And really the whole reason behind it was that I was first generation Cabrera. Like I said, my dad's from Mexico. And I felt that I have so much family who would love the opportunity to be here that I shouldn't take it for granted, you know?
That's
and
right.
I should do what I can to give back to the country that gave me all these opportunities.
Yes.
So I enlisted, and
so you serve, you have served how many years now?
Well, I served a couple years as an airman when I was enlisted.
Okay.
And
now you're going to the academy?
Yeah, so what happened was I worked in a flying unit, so it was nothing but officers, and kind of inspired me to do something more with myself. So I applied for the Air Force Academy. That's one of the ways you can get your commission to become an officer. And I got accepted to the prep school. I was there for a year, Air Force Academy Preparatory School. And then I got accepted to the Air Force Academy. So I've gone through my second year now, and I have 2 years left, and I'll be Air Force officer, and start that next change of lifestyle, change of pace.
Now, how does military life shape who you are now? Because you're not the same person that graduated in high school and then went...
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've known me since I was younger, so I mean, in high school I wasn't bad, but I mean, I had no drive, had no goals, no motivation. So it started out as something that, like I said, I just wanted to give back, and then once I enlisted, it changed my life completely. I'm a lot more disciplined now, you know, having gone through basic military training. A lot more disciplined, a lot more driven, goal-oriented. And a big way it affected me is that when people see me, they know now that I'm in the Air Force. So I can't just be Kailyn, the guy from high school anymore. You know, I have to be Kailyn
who
represents the Air Force and has to, you know, represent it well. And it's not something that I've had to be fake about. It's something that it inspires me and motivates me to do better, you know what I mean? Because not all the time, and I try not to talk about it often, but I have eyes on me sometimes. So I have to represent a bigger force and something that people look up to.
Of course, and it makes you proud to be an American, right?
Definitely. I'm crazy patriotism, honestly. I mean, like I said, I've been to San Antonio, I've been to Mississippi, I've been to Florida, I've been to Colorado. But I mean, this is always going to be my home, you know, Port Arthur, Texas, you know, Southeast Texas area. And, you know, you walk around, there's always Texas flags, always United States flags everywhere.
Of course.
I mean, I love it. You know, it's home for me.
Awesome.
So I'm very proud.
How would you encourage a young person fresh out of high school, don't know what to do, have no goals, and maybe have a little bit of trouble focusing on what they want to do in life? How would you encourage them, according to your story, to find a way and to find their goals?
Well, honestly,
because you're only 23 right now.
23.
Yeah.
So it wasn't something I was looking for, honestly. But I knew one thing for sure, Because I mean, if people in high school would tell you I didn't do much in high school. I just kind of slid by.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, whenever I knew that there wasn't a day that I was not gonna be able to make it off of that.
Yeah.
So the main thing for me has been is not slowing down, always moving towards something.
Okay.
And that's something that
So you're goal driven now.
Yeah,
More than ever.
for sure.
More than when you were in high school.
Definitely. But the only reason that I am that way, or that I even started that lifestyle, is because ever since I was young, the main thing I've always wanted is to have a family. And I know you can't just be a bum to have a family. You have to work for it.
Yeah.
So that was my motivation. For anyone younger than me or looking to find that motivation, you're just gonna have to find what works for you. For me, it was the drive to have a family, to have a wife and have kids, and to start something for myself. But then once I enlisted, I just kind of never stopped. I enlisted and I worked, and I did stuff on the side. I did community service, try to give back and everything. And that kind of just led to like, well, what's next? What's next? What's next? And now I'm getting ready to, in the next couple of years, graduate as an Air Force officer, and I'm still going to be asking what's next, what's next. And it's not because, I'm not happy with what I have. I'm very blessed and I'm very happy to have been given the opportunities that I have and to have made it where I have. However, like I think, and this applies to all areas of life, I think that you should always strive for more, as with your job, with your relationships, for religion, for those who are into that, just everything. You should always want to go for more and more and more, and just not get complacent. That's the dangerous thing. So
now, tell us a little bit of family. How have family shape you? How have family inspire you to be who you are right now? To follow these goals, to work for them, because it's been what, 4 or 5 years you have been working on this goal.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of work. It sounds easy the way you express it.
Yeah.
But it's you have a lot of family support about this.
I do. I'm
very
very
important. Is that important?
It's very important. Very, very close family on both my mother and my father's side. My grandfather on my mother's side is a pastor, and has a very close church, and most of it's family, but we're very, very close, and they're crazy supportive of my decisions and my choices that I've made so far. And as well as on my father's side, they're crazy supportive, and every time I come home, I try to spend as much time with them as I can, because I know how much they support me, and I really appreciate it. But at the same time, like I said earlier, you gotta find what drives you, because not everybody's gonna have that. I understand that, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time, that shouldn't be your crutch. You know what I mean? Like, I have nothing to lean on, but hey, come to me. You can lean on me. Honestly, you gotta go out there and get it. But definitely, family is a huge thing. So just find those who are always gonna support you no matter what, and carry you through the hard times, because there are gonna be some hard times for sure.
Of course. Now, as far as support from this beautiful country, the United States,
Yeah.
and being a Mexican American / a little bit of Honduran,
Yeah.
how do you feel that support, the love of this country that you have right now? You're mentioning that you're giving back to this country. Of course, you feel love, and you have a passion for this country. Tell us about this passion that you have.
I mean, I wouldn't be anywhere if I wasn't born here.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, I'm very, very proud of my heritage and my culture and where I came from.
Yes.
But at the same time,
I
think that, I mean, I love being Latino. I love being Hispanic. Everything about it, just great food.
But most.
Yeah. But no,
But
I kind of believe.
First of all, you are an American.
I'm an American, 100%, and I'm very proud of it.
Have you ever feel otherwise? Even having all this mixture in you, have you ever feel, even though you live in this country, have you feel like you're not American, or you always felt like since you were a kid, I am an American?
Well,
slash.
Well, there's maybe been a couple times where I haven't felt in place. Mm-hmm. Obviously, when you're younger, you go through these phases, and there's a one point where I'm sure many Mexicans have gone through this, where you just hey, I'm a cholo, Viva Mexico, this and that.
Yeah.
And growing up and looking back on it,
that's not you.
It's not me at all. It was a phase. Like I said, looking back on it, like I said, I'm proud of my culture, proud of my heritage, but I'm American. This country is what made me. Yes. And another time, maybe that I didn't feel that I belonged, and I'm sure many can attest to this or have gone through it as well, is that maybe you don't get the same respect as someone who looks American, might get. But it's only been a time or two, and I don't let it get to me.
Stereotype.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I mean, Mexicans are not the only ones who go through that, and
Yeah,
it
everybody.
wasn't the first time. It probably won't be the last.
Okay.
But I mean, I know who I am. I know what I am, and I
Yes.
know that I was born in this country for a reason, and that's another
That's
reason
right.
why I'm trying to give back to it.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, I'm very proud.
Awesome. Now, you also grew up in a Christian family
I did,
with Christian principles,
of course.
and tell us a little bit about how that shaped you to love America, to get involved in the military, to serve, and to be a good citizen of this country.
Yeah, so I grew up in a Christian household, and it was a little rough once I hit adolescence and my teenage years
course.
because, like I said, my grandfather is a pastor.
Yes.
So many people around this small area of Texas kind of know who I am, or at least know who he is, and can recognize me through him. So for a while there, it was always, hey, that's Vilo's, grandson. So I, better stand up straight. You know what I mean? And then, I hit a little rebellious phase, but you kind of always come back to, what is right and what matters, and kind of what feels right in your heart. At least I did, and for those who haven't yet, I pray that they do.
So those principles are still in
oh,
your heart.
definitely.
And whatever your granddad taught you, they're still in you.
They're to the day I die.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer. I might not be the traditional Christian that people might expect, but
of course.
I promise you more than anything that I love God, and nobody's gonna take that away from me. And I will always strive to be,
Yeah, but the
influence.
tradition is not real. You are a follower of Christ, but
I am.
it doesn't mean you have to be a traditional stereotype.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, tell us about your next goal. So it's 2 years to go.
Yeah. So
And-
when I graduate, I'll be an Air Force officer,
Yes.
a second lieutenant, and from there I have to commit. If you're not a pilot,
Okay.
pilots have to commit 10 years to the Air Force, and if you're not a pilot, you have to commit a minimum of 5 years.
Okay.
And then from there you can keep committing, or you can
So
get out.
this is a career. You're taking this military service as your lifelong
Up to
career.
this point, yes,
you feel good about
So
it.
this is where I'm at right now. If I want to stay in,
Okay.
after I graduate, after the 5 years after I graduate, then I will. However, I need to keep in mind that at that point, I will probably most likely have a family.
Okay.
And then, like I said before, family is very important to me. So it won't just be my decision alone.
Okay,
I expect to have a wife and possibly even kids by then. Maybe not. I'm not sure. That will influence my decision because I'm not the only one who's sacrificing. You know what I mean? They sacrifice a ton. So
Now,
it'll be
you
something I make with them.
You talk about kids in the future. Would you encourage your kids to enlist to any military service to this country? Or
Yeah,
would you encourage any young person that are watching this video to enlist?
It's a tough question. Normally, I would say yes, 100%, because you need to be proud of the country.
Of course.
I know there's a lot of backlash towards our people right now.
Yes.
For whatever reason, the people have hate in their hearts, but so it's kind of gotten to a point for me where, is my commander-in-chief the best choice for this country? Should I be under his reign? You know what I mean? Should I operate under his reign? And I've kind of had two different views on this. One is I can't support his decisions, and the second is, why should I abandon my country when they might need me most?
Yes.
And that's where I'm at right now, and that's probably going to be something that will influence whether I stay in or whether I get out. It's something that I've been praying about. It's something that I'm sure I'll have a discussion with my wife over whenever I find her. So it's kind of be something that you're going to have to look within yourself and pray about, or talk to your family, talk to your friends, and make the decision for yourself. But most likely,
how would you encourage a young man to enlist if they're thinking about it? Let's say they're thinking about it. Okay, after high school, I want to enlist. How would they go about it?
There's recruiting offices all around.
Okay.
The main thing I would say, because I love the Air Force to the day I die, but the main thing I would say is, what do you want to do while you're in?
Okay.
If you join the military, and what would you want to do when you're out of the military? Because there's tons of job opportunities for you out there. Both Air Force, Navy, Marines, and Army.
Of course.
Even Coast Guard. I didn't mean to say it like that. Coast Guard. But you need to kind of consider what you're going to do afterwards, because even if you stay in for your 20 years, if you have a trade that you can't operate with outside, then that's going to be something you have to look at. But assuming that you definitely want to serve,
Okay.
find a job for you, go talk to a recruiter, make sure that you understand the sacrifices, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because once you sign the dotted line, it's a contract. And I don't say that to scare you, but just so you understand the seriousness of what you're doing, you know?
Of course.
Because it's a great thing. You know, I've met a lot of people that don't like it, but I'm one person here telling you that it's been the best thing I've ever done. So awesome. If you're really thinking about it, then, you know, make sure you do your research. Don't go into something blind ever. But do your research and, you know, fully commit, because it could be the best thing you ever did.
It's not a game, it's a commitment.
Oh, it's I mean, I love it, and I'm talking about it like it's been, you know, just fun and games, but, you know, it is a commitment. It's hard. It has, you know, rough times.
It's because you make it sound like it's easy.
Yeah, everybody come join. You know, we'd love to have you. No, I mean it's been rough. You know, it's still rough now. I mean, and I don't want to get into it because I don't want it to make it look like, you know, like, oh, I'm awesome because I'm here, but that's not it at all. But
well, you are awesome. I'm proud to be in your presence.
That's not.
I'm proud who you becoming.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I'm proud to talk to you about this. Tell us about how can we as citizens support our troops, because we always talk about this, but what's the real things that we can do for our troops?
You know, we were actually doing a study about this a couple months ago. And one of the things that, you know, kind of came up, we had a speaker come talk to us, is that citizens of the United States will be glad to go up and shake a veteran's hand. You know, someone they see in uniform, they'll be, hey, thank you for your service.
Yes.
But when it comes to taking lives, you know, on the other side, citizens will, you know, shy away. They'll be like, oh, well, you know, political this, political that.
Yeah.
But they don't understand, and sometimes that I fail to understand, is that someone just like me had to be the guy that pulled the trigger. It's not that he wanted to do it,
of course,
but, you know, that's his mission. And sometimes American citizens just seem to shy away from that, and they'll only shake your hand kind of just to, you know, put on a face. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And they won't take responsibility, because, I mean, this is all of our countries, you know. Maybe someone in uniform might seem like it's a little more his country, but it's just as much your country as it is mine. Exactly. And it's important that we take that responsibility and that, you know, I don't want to say blame, but just, you know, take the responsibility as one.
As one.
Because, you know, you guys work for us as much as we work for you guys.
That's right.
And it's important to have everyone's support. Something that I do, a small gesture is, you know, you see the guys with the old, you know, Vietnam veteran hats, or Iraqi freedom, you know, whatever it is. I always, you know, go up and shake a hand. I don't mention that I do this or I do that. I just want them to know they have my support, and they seem to enjoy it. I, you know, pay for meals and stuff like that. It's something so small, but you never know, it might make their day. And just because, you know, guys like that have seen so much and gone through so much, that to let them know that we have their back, you know.
Yes, it's important.
It's very important, you know. I'm sure, and they appreciate it. They do.
Thank you so much, Kailyn, for talking to us. This has been so enlightening and inspiring, and we wish you the best, you know, and we pray for you, and we love you. We support you.
Thank you very much.
100%, 1,000%, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And hopefully we get to talk to you in 2 years.
Yeah.
At graduation.
Yeah, come to graduation. It'll be great.
And have a party with you, and
of course.
And much success for you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. Peace.